probably put on this actually is Zelda randomizer, because that's the other thing I wanted to test this out with. Testing it out with Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past rando ROMs to see if they run properly. Hopefully they do, which means I've got a console I can play them on now. Awesome. Because a while ago I actually thought about picking up, it was a Super NT that I wanted to get a hold of, but the key issue with getting a Super NT is that it's primarily for being able to play physical carts, and I don't really want to collect physical carts nowadays. They take up space and they're getting pretty expensive now, whereas it's just easier to emulate, but this is worthwhile. Anyway. Actually, leave it on 50, it's type 6 I usually use. I think the volume should be alright, yeah? I'll put it up actually, there we go. Ah, cool. Yeah, because I know they did some weird hacky things to actually get the game to even randomize to begin with. So I was kind of worried that it wouldn't work properly, but if it works fine, that should be alright. That and Super Metroid Zelda combo rando as well. Yeah, the Mega SG was another thing I considered as well, but again, the carts are getting super expensive now, and if I was going to buy a cart, it would be the flash cart for it, rather than the games themselves. Like, yeah, Never Drive. It's not really worth it, to be honest. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, again, I just need to test it. I mean, it'll be nice to have them. It's not really a massive priority though, but I like to do Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and the combo rando every so often. It'd be nice to actually have it on a console in a way, rather than having to run stuff through my emulators. Railgun. The MiSTer cores are getting pretty accurate actually. The newer ones aren't totally accurate yet, like, you know, the Neo Geo for example, but Super Nintendo and Mega Drive seem to be pretty spot on. PC Engine as well. Freeway. One up. And again, 100% accuracy isn't a priority for me, as long as they're playable. Ah, right. Well, it's probably missing a couple of the mappers, aren't they? Again, close enough. If it's like some super obscure game that I probably haven't unlikely to play, then it not being perfectly emulated isn't a problem. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few on the NES that I like to check out as well. I should probably go back to playing Metal Storm. I was actually in the process of learning that. Oh, that sucks. Well, hopefully soon. What's up, Simon the Digger? sure I've been clipped by this boss before though. Okay. Well, thankfully I'm not dropping any frames at the moment, so it's probably just Twitch. Owl baiting. Lol. Yeah, Twitch has been updating quite a few things recently, so I'm not surprised it's like incredibly unstable. Thankfully the stream hasn't gone down again since switched to the and usually the switching to the faster antenna actually worked better, because usually it's the fast antenna that actually does weird things on my router. Yep, you're a masturbator. Yes, I stream over Wi-Fi at the moment because the router is downstairs in the main room, and that would probably need a really long Ethernet cable in order to get it up here. So I stream over Wi-Fi, which does fine. I mean, I'm currently at like 3500 kbps, 60 FPS. It seems to be fine. Occasionally frame drops every so often, but I can deal with that as long as it doesn't like go down for like years at a time. I mean, I'm lucky because I actually have unthrottled internet, so I got the gaming package, which means that my net connectivity is always up, even when I'm using it a lot, rather than like being throttled for fair usage. Hey, still Carl, what's up? Good evening. It's you. So it's like 250 down and 150 up. That's if it was connected to Ethernet though. I get about 90 down and 100 up, so it's not that bad up here. And I only pay like about 40 quid, 45 quid a month, so it's really not that bad at all when you think about it. But I made absolutely sure to get this particular package because I know in the past I have been throttled for overuse, but that's because in the past I've been sharing my internet with other people, like house share, flat share, and it can be used up a lot. I think you guys remember back in the days when I used to stream at the apartment. Every so often it would go down or chug and stuff like that. It's pretty bad. But yeah, this is 100% my internet connection now, so I'm pretty pleased with it. How my stream has come since then. Fuck off! Oh shit! Okay. Yeah, back in the days it used to be, what, 40p, 30 FPS? And then it started to go up to like 720p, 30 FPS, and now since I've rebuilt my PC, it's gone up to like 1080p, 60. So the stream quality is alright, but I try and keep my stream a little bit easier for people to view, because I really have trouble watching like 1080p streams sometimes. Especially when, you know, the top streamers are streaming at like nearly 8,000, 9,000 kilobytes a second. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate my internet connectivity because I have been in a position where it hasn't really been that good. I mean, it was only like a few years ago when I was like on, I think 25, 30 down and 15 up, like barely usable for most things, and even worse when you have to share it with people. So yeah, I do understand that internet is like a bit of a luxury and you should probably appreciate it, and I do. That's why I use it all the time. And it doesn't need to be super fast, but yes, I do like to do a lot of things with my internet, including work, and especially when I'm doing video processing stuff and I need to upload stuff like to YouTube and whatever. So having that quick upload is actually very nice. So yeah, you kind of want to stay up with the upper half here for the extend. Yeah, it's pretty much the CPU and GPU that I needed to deal with because back then I was streaming off a MacBook Pro, which was like my primary workstation. Now, it does its job, but it's not really built for gaming, which is why it also wasn't very built for streaming. But it still did its job back then, and I still use it even now. But I made sure that as a priority when I actually got like a job improvement that I rebuilt my PC. Yeah, there's no way I can afford a 1080 Ti. They're like, well actually I can, but it's just I don't really have any use cases for such a powerful graphics card. I mean, I don't really play like ultra modern games, and when I do play ultra modern games it's usually on a console, like Destiny for example. I mean, I am considering getting it for the PC, but again, it's not like a huge priority to play it on PC. Most of the time when I'm on PC, it's like emulators. As long as it's powerful enough to like emulate, you know, PS1, PS2, Saturn, I'm okay with that. And it doesn't have to be perfect either, because as we all know, the emulation of PS2 isn't perfect. Playable, but not perfect. Hey Zach. Oh, you're on PC now, yeah? Oh yeah, I think you asked in the chat to in Discord to check NAM. I'll have a look at that in a minute, because I should have that on the Neo Geo ROM set. Yeah, I would move to PC for Destiny. It's just that Wolverine is like, his PC is not very good, so we can't really split ourselves up for that, and plus I like running with some of the people on PS4, so why not? Yeah, the parts are stupid now though. I mean, graphics cards for like $400, $500, $600, it's like, I mean, it's fair enough if you want to play like, I don't know, Battlefield 5 with like ultra high settings, but that's not the kind of gaming that I go for. Aside from Destiny, maybe, you know, Final Fantasy 14. Occasionally some PC versions of modern games like Resident Evil 2. But again, it's like very rarely that I play those kinds of games on PC to begin with. Yeah, CPU prices are a lot better, and so is RAM actually. The GPUs are like retardedly expensive. Oh right, it's a VM, is it? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I use a RX 580 Extreme, no, RX 580 Plus. It's a 8GB card, and it does more than enough for me in gaming, and it's perfect for like the work that I do. It's like super fast at video processing. Handles everything that I throw at it. I have no complaints about it. It was like half the price of a 1080 Ti, so you know, why not? Plus it's it was one of the few cards, like recent cards that came out that are actually Mac OS compatible, which is why wanted it in the first place, so I can actually build the Hackintosh. Oh shit! Fuck. Pharaoh, go away. That's more than what I'm willing to pay for it. I mean, again, it's really it's a use case that I need in order to justify spending that much on a graphics card. And I don't think they're Mac compatible anyway, which is why I would need one to begin with. Hyper-realistic titty pounce. Shield. Gonna have to watch out for the missiles. The big ones, not the small ones. Yeah, those ones. Shit. Check the orb. Okay, good. Good. Get rid of that orb generator. Get wrecked, other people. This is a cutscene anyway, I don't need to do anything. Yep, rip the stick squad. God, I love this game. I have a lot of memories for this game, you know. This is like one of the many 16-bit shmups that a cousin of mine in Switzerland owned on his like Sega Mega Drive when I went to visit him, like when I was really young, about 9 or 10, something like that. And I spent all of the time playing on his consoles and his Amiga. He had an Amiga A1200 and PC Engine, Sega Mega Drive, and a Super Nintendo, and I think I spent most of my holiday just playing games. God. Fucking love the Amiga as well. Like, I played really weird and quirky stuff like fucking James Pond, Robocod, and Dizzy, and fucking, there's loads of shit on there. The Amiga was like one of those things that was like so expensive back in the day that you kind of needed to be rich to own one. but it had quite a lot of really good things on it, and I think a lot of like the big name programmers started off on, you know, the Amiga, ZX Spectrum, ZX81, Commodore 64, stuff like that, doing like standard programming on it. I just like playing the games on them. Yeah, I wish I had an Amiga. Like, they're just really hard to get into now though, because the hardware is getting pretty expensive now because of collectors, and it's getting really hard to find original discs. But there's like loads of really good games on there. I know McCall's like a big exponent of the Amiga, and he knows more than anyone. Same with Booth as well. Booth knows a shitload about the Amiga. It's like, it's pretty rare to find streamers that actually play on it. Yeah, gotta go through all of that crap? Okay. Pressing the wrong button. Okay. Oh, you do? But you stream like 3 times a year, so yeah. I know System 11 occasionally does some as well. He does like old arcade stuff and old computer stuff, so there are some streamers out there that do like, you know, the ultra retro stuff, the really cool stuff, but it's very few and far between, so it's kind of like gold dust trying to find these kinds of people to watch. 3DO, wow, okay. Now we're really getting into the depths there. Some good stuff on that though. Like I said, I've got my Atari Jaguar, but I haven't really tried switching it on lately, so I don't know if it still works. I do have Tempest 2000 on it. I know that's something I will probably want to check out at some point. The original T2K on proper hardware. Yeah, it's such a good game. Come down here. You're good. I haven't actually properly explored this stage though, because there's lots of small hidden power-ups here and there. I think there's an extend somewhere. It's like so far off the beaten path that it's kind of not really worth trying to get it. The thing with this boss is you kind of have to push forward when you fire the hyper sword, so that you don't fly into the hill at the back. You also need to learn the patterns as well, because you have to watch out for the pause when it actually stops in place. That's when, like that, because that's when you actually get at least a little bit of time to charge the Thunder Sword. Still have shield though, which is good. It's like kind of rare to have at least 2 hits still here. Huh, okay. We're on pace for a good one. Oh shit. Only takes 1 sword to kill this thing. Right, so in this next section you want to go down because you get more space to destroy the canisters. Yeah, here you've got a much larger gap and you only need to destroy 3 of these things. Okay, go through it. Right. I think there should be a shield coming. You want to go up for this one.
Welcome to Violent City.
Wolverine! Thank you for the host. The MiSTer's great. Honestly, I've been recommending it all night. It's definitely something people should check out if they have the time and the money for it, because it's definitely worth it. Stay at top for this one. More money than time, yeah. Eiko! Yeah, mine came pre-assembled. More time than money. God, snake. Okay. Is it coming back? No. Okay. Now's a good time to actually hit it. Right, you need at least 1 shield hit. Preferably 2 for this next bit. Neither time nor money, eh? So you can get all of that. Now I like to do this bit with the free range. There's no input lag at all. I mean, it's just like playing on a console, basically. It is pretty much playing on a console because it's hardware emulation. Excuse me. Yeah, HDMI out. I'm currently at 720p, but you can actually go higher than that. 720 is more than enough though, I think. Hawkman, what's up? Just want to try the top one first because... There we go, good. Yeah, we were saying before that you don't really need the 128 meg RAM module for a lot of this stuff. It's still very playable even with the 32, and most cores only need 32. Whoa! Fucking god damn it, right. Oh god. Okay. Oh fuck. This is the worst place for it to be as well because it can push me up into the ceiling very quickly. Okay, good. I have to be careful here because the shield doesn't appear for a while. But once I've got it, it should be alright. There it is. Whoa! Nearly. Right, so the actual mini-boss version of these tadpole things is coming soon. Here it is. Just kind of watch out for these small jet bursts that it fires. So it can be quite hard to see when you've got the blade flying around everywhere. There we go. Have to watch out here as well because there's an enemy that comes in the bottom right corner. There we go. There's quite a lot of emulators still called. You can check the wiki for it. I can't really give you a full list off the top of my head, but on my MiSTer I've got NES, Master System, Game Gear, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, Neo Geo. And that's only a small amount of the actual total amount that you can get on there. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Al. Yes. Yes, it's still one-hit kill. Shit. Hit the floor there by accident. And that was being selective. If you stick everything on there, there's a huge amount of games you can play on. Yeah, you lose the weapon you have, and it's just bad all round. There's a top or bottom that I usually go on. It's top, isn't it? Oh, good. Pick the right one. I don't want the crawl though, because I would have had to have sacrificed the shield to get it, but it's fine. We are actually on pace here, so hopefully I don't mess it up. Crab. Giant enemy crab. Also, lots of trivia, it's been a while. There is GBA started, but I don't know how long it will take. It's like very experimental at the moment last time I saw anything about it, which was like earlier today. That's something running, but it's like in very, very early infancy at the moment. But the Game Boy and Game Boy Color are available. And there's some pretty good stuff on those. Hit it, come on. It's like there's a very small pixel area that you need to hit this thing with. Fuck you, Jesus. Okay. I kind of felt that was coming. Top button. I don't really have a shield anymore. I've got to be really careful here. I can force slowdown though. Shit, okay. Well, this does practically everything Wolverine. Almost everything. Just be careful though. Get around it somehow, but I can't go under the jet. I used to think those legs were dangerous as well. I see you. It's the one you can target that's the weak point. And no miss. Yeah, this is hardware emulation. I always like doing no misses of this. It's a game where you have to focus really hard, because if you even make one mistake, it can snowball very quickly. Well, thank you for the GGs. Now do Mania. Yeah, I might actually do Mania sometime. I haven't properly routed Mania though. It's been a while. Can never really get bored of playing Thunder Force 4 though. It's one of those games which you pick up every so often and it's such a good breeze to go through. Such a good breeze. Yeah. Also, Dog Champ. Yeah, Booby Master. I've got plenty of time, God. I think I'll keep going for a bit longer. I haven't really been playing that long. Choco Monkey DX. That's back in the day when developers actually had to have code names so that other companies wouldn't poach them. That's a fact, you know. It's a true thing. Let's say, is that 5.1, I think, maybe? Yeah, the wild 90s. uh. 5.05, okay. That's not bad actually. I'm okay with that. I was actually more concerned about recording a 60 FPS no miss because the last one I did was not long after, well, it was the same day McCaw streamed it, and that was before I actually finished rebuilding my PC, so it's actually nice to have a proper recording of this at a nice crispy frame rate. Yes, the no miss bonus is actually higher on Maniac. So I think some of the high scores on the forum are like 6-7 million, something like that. Nope. Well, it was the 1cc guarantee, and then he proceeded to use like all 9-10 credits trying to get off stage 5. Oh god. That was funny. I was like sitting there trying not to backseat, but it was just, oh my god, it was making me want to play the game. And you know me, I actually have to play it if I watch other people play stuff. It's just the way it is. It gets me going when I want to play, you know, the good stuff. The fun stuff.